Hello, this is Bob Gray Sr. Welcome to Ministry Moments YouTube. Bob Gray Sr. If you want to subscribe, go there. Or you can go to solvechurchproblems.com, subscribe there. Or you can go to your favorite podcast provider and go there. Every week, Friday, 3 o'clock Central Time. I do my best anyway, to give you some thoughts about ministry. It's called Ministry Moments. It's not a sermon or anything like that, but just some things that people, as I travel, my schedule's been ultra busy here lately, but these young preachers ask questions, young Christians ask questions, so I try to answer them. But then if I get enough multiple questions about a particular subject, then I try to do something on Ministry Moments to try to help, because I've always thought as pastoring, if I had 5 people with a similar problem or something they were dealing with, then I thought maybe I would consider teaching a Wednesday night Bible study series on that and try to help the other people. Didn't come to me, but probably for some reason didn't come. Anyway, here we go. You ready? What to do when members leave. What do you do when members leave? When folks up and leave, I don't understand people. Then a guy comes in, throws his bus keys on the desk, said, I'll not drive the bus anymore, won't be back. And he leaves. Give me a chance. I mean, ask me something, talk to me about it. Sunday school teachers come in, throw their class book down. Oh, that's it. I've had it. No, I won't be back. One lady wrote me a note. I didn't see it. Somebody one of the secretaries gave it to me and said, this is the last tie check you'll ever get out of us. And Sunday afternoon, I was getting ready to go soul winning that afternoon, and one of the secretaries said, look, maybe you need to know this. Handed it to me. And I said, I don't know, no problem. Anyway, God bless them. You just never know. You don't know why people do what they do and so on. But I know this: if you stick with something, stay put where you're at, you'll have a better marriage, better job, better church, better everything. This thing is perfect. Businesses are perfect. Employment places are perfect. Churches are perfect. Families. So what to do when members leave? Number 1, think kindly of them. You're going to have to work up here. You're going to have to take your noodle here and understand something. There may be an issue you're aware of, or maybe you're not aware of. But I'll tell you one thing: you know the good that they did, and you know how you work together as a team. You better immediately, your mind better run to that place. I mean, run to it. Because if not, you're going to get upset. You're going to be angry with them, and you're not going to be able to have an open door for them to come back. So number 1, think kindly of them. So first thing you want to do is get your mind working. And I want you to, all the pros and cons, forget the cons, just list the pros, because they've been a blessing or they wouldn't have been with you all that time. Number 2, write a letter of thank you. Write a letter of thank you. Write them a letter. And maybe mention some things that maybe they drove a bus, maybe they were Sunday school teachers, maybe they were ushers or whatever, and thank them. And I don't understand people who can, you pastor people and say one thing that is misunderstood, and next thing they're gone. Now they don't come and ask you. Just like you go to the hospital and the pastor doesn't come, you get mad at him. But wait a minute, he doesn't have ESP. He doesn't know if you don't call and tell him. I've had that happen dozens of times. Now he has ESPN, but not ESP. I've said what to do when members leave. Number 1, think kindly of them. Immediately begin to think of the good, because if not, you're going to be upset. Number 2, write a letter of thank you and thank them for their service and working together as a team. Number 3, teach members to let them go. Teach members to let them go. I have I taught dealing with personal conflicts. I wrote a book on it. And one of the things I said in that book was that there's a brotherhood that exists in a church. Now, when someone leaves, let them bond where they're going. Don't let them bond over there. If they've made up their mind, they threw the bus keys down, the Sunday school book down, everything, and then they're gone. All right, leave them alone. Let them bond with their people over there. Let them do that wherever they've gone. Good church, bad church, lukewarm. I'm not saying, not identifying them as any of that. I'm just saying they've left. They're gone. They're members. Now let them bond over there. Don't get into it. All right. So number 1, what to do when members leave. Number 1, think kindly of them. Get your mind right. Number 2, write a letter of thank you. Number 3, teach members to let them go and bond in their new church. No, don't go out to dinner with them. Don't try to do everything you can to finagle them to get them to come back. Don't do that. Don't do that. You leave them alone. Number 4, teach members to mark and avoid troublemakers. Now, there are some who will leave, who will call back and try to get others to leave and so on. And I remember an usher upstairs in the balcony. He and his wife left, and I tried to help them, but I just couldn't help them. And so they left. And next thing you know, man, he's calling back and trying to get people to come with him, go with him, leave the church and all that kind of stuff. And finally, I just get up and say, all right, let me teach you about troublemakers. And you got to mark them. You got to avoid them. I mean, you hate them, but don't run with them. All right. Number 5, do not classify them as bad people. Don't think of them as bad people. Now, some of them are you know it and I know it. But when they leave, don't think everybody that left is a bad person. You know, some may like you, some may not like you. Some like me, some don't like me. My mama loved me. And I'm just simply saying, don't classify everybody as a bad person. Don't do that. You don't know what's going on, but you want to leave the door open. If they want to come back, they come back. And very few do. I don't know a handful in all these years that, and I had 10,000 members. I don't know of a handful that ever got bitter that ever came back. Maybe 2, maybe 3, but no, most of the time they're gone. And they're a bond of iniquity is what the Bible calls it. They build a box and get themselves in, can't get out. All right, so number 1, what to do when members leave. Number 1, think kindly of them. Number 2, write a letter of thank you to them. Number 3, teach members to let them go and bond where they're going. Number 4, teach members to mark and avoid troublemakers. There's some that leave that keep trying to drag other members out over there. Well, you need to learn to mark and avoid them. Teach your people to pay attention. And something like that happens, then somebody comes to you and says, the pastor, I'm upset. Well, okay, let me get my pen up, write that down. You say he's what? He's a liar? Okay, let me write that down. Okay, what else now? Oh, he's a thief. Okay, let me write that down. Okay, he's a crook. Okay, K-R-O-O-K. All right, good. Now here, sign this, and I'm going to take it to the pastor and let you and him deal with it. There's loyal people, disloyal people, and loyal people. The ones who never commit themselves. They're not sure who's going to win this thing, and so they're loyal. And you can't trust the disloyal nor the loyal, because they're just waiting, sitting on the fence, just waiting to get their way. All right. What to do when members leave? Number 1, we got to hurry. Think kindly of them. Get your mind right. Number 2, write a letter of thank you. Number 3, teach members to let them go and bond with their new church. Number 4, teach members to mark and avoid troublemakers. Teach them what to do. You don't bash. You don't jump on them. You just got to pay attention, and then don't go to lunch, don't go to dinner. We're not coming over to your house. All right. Number 5, do not classify them as bad people. They're not. Number 6, have a prayer list. I had a prayer list of those that I left. I felt like, they followed somebody, they really weren't the troublemaker. They didn't lead in the thing, but I wrote their names down and I prayed for them, and I loved them, and pray for God to bless them. But also, I don't mind saying I prayed for them to come back. All right. Number 7, do not chase them. Whatever you do, don't chase them. Don't chase them. How many pastors I heard knocked on the door, they come to the door and they say, what was it? Why did you leave? What can I do to get you back? You realize what you're saying? Everything's on the table. My soul is on the table. Standards on the table. Everything's on, music's on the table. And no, they chose you. You didn't choose them. If they choose to leave, they have that right to do so, but don't change. The prodigal's father kept the farm going. The prodigal's father, yes, he did. And he had a place for that prodigal son to come back to. And that's what you want to do. All right. Next, win new people. You just got to win new people. One deacon said to me one Sunday, the people, when I first came here, to Texas, they were resigning right and left. So I got tired of them handing it to me. So I put a deacon out by the office door, and so they came, gave it to him. I remember one night he looked at it, and he had He had 4 resignations. And I said, he was discouraged. He said, preacher, we got a lot of these people are not going to stay. They're leaving. I said, come here, man. Went to the back door of that 12 section. Back then we had a 12 section. Well, we didn't have the balcony, 10 seconds. And opened the back door and I said, check that first row there and first 2 rows. How many people sitting there? 1, 2, 3, 7. I said, how many resigned? 4. I said, man, we're up by 3. We're up by 3. Oh my goodness. We baptized 1,219 in 1981. First year I was here. We had split. People left. But man alive, I made up my mind. They're not getting rid of me. I've committed myself here. So what to do when members leave? I think this might be of help to you. Salt it away. You may not need it now, but you may need it tomorrow. Soul winning tomorrow now. Tomorrow's preparation day for the Lord's Day. So you make sure you win people, line them up to come to church on Sunday, okay? And Sunday, church starts at Sunday school too. God bless you. Have a great day.